everybody.
Yo 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 yo.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Thursday.
Yes, it's Thursday, and our guest host, Miss Claudia Jordan, is back. Welcome back.
What's up? I miss y'all.
How you feeling?
Man, I'm tired. I was out too late last night. I was doing too much.
What you do last night? Don't you know it's a school night?
Come on, Symantha. You're an OG veteran. Now, you're supposed to know better than to be out on a school night.
Y'all ever forget how old you are? And then
No.
it hits you, and you're like, damn, I really am that old? That's where I'm at today.
Where'd you go? You went to the Knicks game, or you was out, or you
I
celebrating?
went to a hood hookah spot.
A hood hookah spot. Where, in the Bronx?
No, in the city?
Yeah.
Pergola?
No. Like, that would have been upscale compared to where I was last night.
Jesus Christ. You make it a hood hookah spot. They was cracking the hookah? How you know the hood was a hood hookah spot?
I could use some crack right now because I'm tired.
Jesus. Jesus.
Here's the thing about being an OG and getting older though. This is our first time being this age. So you don't realize that you are older until you're doing things like, whoa, wait a minute, now I can't do this no more.
You need better friends, though. If they took you to the hookah spot, you need better friends.
It was fun because I have like a little ratchet side to myself.
Oh, okay. All right. So you wanted to go.
But then, like, it was just a lot, and I'm tired right now, and my ponytail's about to fall out. But it was a good night.
And congratulations and shout out to the New York Knicks. Of course, we won last night. Drop a bomb for the Knicks.
Great game.
Game 6 is tomorrow night in Miami, and then 7 is back in New York. All right, so congratulations.
I think the Knicks
again
and
to
the Warriors can both force a Game 7.
I think so,
I'm
too.
sure the Warriors are going to force a Game 7, but I think the Knicks can too. I'm not sure the Knicks can, but I think they can. I think they can.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more on front page news. Anthony Davis, they said, was rolled off on a wheelchair.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they said last night.
I didn't understand why though. I saw that. I don't understand the play that would cause him to roll off in a wheelchair. He got hit in the face.
I didn't see him get hurt.
He got hit in the face. I didn't see it. I just heard the story. So he got hit in the face and they rolled him off in a wheelchair?
That's what it looked like to me. It looked like he got hit in the face. He was grabbing his face and then they rolled him off in a wheelchair. Unless it was like a concussion or something. I don't know.
I seen everybody calling him soft, but I'm like, they rolled him off in a wheelchair, so I'm sure he's injured. Like, maybe not.
I don't know.
All right. Well, let's get the show.
But it's good to
cracking.
have Claudia here. Claudia is a Breakfast Club audience favorite.
Yes, she is.
Am I?
Absolutely.
They was blowing me up like, you said you was coming back. I was like, I'll be back.
You did say you would come back, and then you flaked on us one time.
Nah, y'all coming back
She
for one
didn't
day.
flake.
Yes, she did.
No, y'all
she
coming
did
back
not
for one
flake.
day. I was in Miami. I was like, I can't fly up there for one day.
That's right.
Call me when you need me for 2 days.
Okay,
Or
for
3 days.
Or 3 days.
You
Okay.
gotta do me like a side chick. Slide me in February 15th.
And then slide you right back out.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the show cracking. Front page news is coming up. Tesla and Figaro will be joining us. We got to talk about Donald Trump. All right,
That's somebody that Claudia knows very well.
We used to be really close.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Our guest co-host Claudia Jordan is here. We got Tesla and Figaro. Good morning, Tez.
Good morning, Charlamagne, Envy, and Miss Claudia Jordan.
Good morning.
All
Good
right,
morning.
Whisperer, Evelyn Figaro.
Start off with the sports. The Knicks beat the Heat last night 112-103, and the Warriors beat the Lakers last night 121-106. All right, now LeBron had 25, Curry had 27, Jimmy Butler had 19, and Brunson had 38. All right, now let's start with Donald Trump. What are we talking about?
Oh, it went down yesterday on CNN. Former President Donald Trump took the stage on Wednesday night for a CNN town hall in Manchester, New Hampshire. Now, Trump once again refused to concede that he lost the 2020 election. He repeated his claims that the election was stolen. He also said that he would only accept the 2024 election results if he believed it was fair. He also said that he would look into issuing pardons for those that were arrested during the January 6th insurrection. He also said he would end the Ukraine war in less than 24 hours. In response to the town hall, President Joe Biden tweeted out a fundraising appeal that said, "It's simple, folks. Do you want 4 more years of that? If you don't, pitch in to our campaign." Now take a listen to the exchange between him and Caitlin Collins about classified documents, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
That's the question that investigators have, I think, is why you held on to those documents when you knew the federal government was seeking them and then had given you a subpoena to return them.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's
you
the
mind?
answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to. You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Answer why you held on to the documents.
I was negotiating and we were talking to NARA.
I think Caitlin what's her name? Caitlin Collins test?
Yeah.
Yes, Caitlin Collins.
I think she was as strong as she could be, but nobody looks strong against Trump because Trump doesn't care about facts or truth. If truth and facts are your weapons of choice against Trump, you will lose every time because the only thing you can do is realize you speaking to Trump when you correct him. You're speaking to the people watching him, and that's who you have to try to convince because trying to convince Trump is a lost cause. It's not happening.
Yeah, he doesn't care about the facts, and he just cares about being funny. He's like doing stand-up comedy.
He's nasty. He don't care. He's just a nasty person.
But he is funny.
He is funny.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
if he wasn't running for leader of the free world, man, he is
funny.
hilarious.
He's funny.
I laugh so much. I mean, laugh like out loud, laughing like I was really watching a Netflix special.
And that's why he's probably going to get reelected.
Yeah, I think he definitely has a good chance of being the Republican nominee. But when it comes to the general election, based upon the numbers, when we look at midterms in 2022, the country is still very much divided. And I thought it was interesting that he was willing to be very clear, stand 10 toes down about getting insurrectionists out of prison, but he did not answer the question on Roe versus Wade. And the reason why is because that is still, an issue that is very much divided, where you've had some Republicans flip over to the Democrat side because of their Roe versus Wade issue. So I really watched the things that he didn't answer opposed to the things that he did, and that was one of the things that stood out to me.
Yeah, and it's interesting, right? Because all these commentators, because I was watching the commentators talk after it was over on CNN, and they keep saying how terrible Trump is, as if that's going to hurt him. Like, newsflash, his supporters don't care. You can't attack Trump's character. You have to attack his policies. Like, there's no picture of Trump you can paint that's going to make his supporters not like him. You should just go at him with facts about what he did or didn't do for this country. He says the country, is in the shape that it's in because he's not president, and when he was president, things were better. Make him prove that factually. But anything else is just a waste of time.
Let me ask you both a question. I'm noticing now, even with Biden, I'm noticing that people that are supposed to be riding with Biden are kind of flip-siding and saying they don't like his administration. They don't like what he's doing. Like I'm looking at the front page of the paper now, and it says Mayor Adams bashing the Biden administration over lack of funds. Like I don't remember seeing that before, but I'm seeing more and more Democrats bashing their own. Do y'all see a reason for that?
They're weak. I'm a Democrat, but I'm so tired about how we eat our own. Like, we really do sacrifice our own on this, like, purity test. We do that. And Republicans don't do that. They stick to the message, and no matter what, they rock with their party. We don't. We're like, well, let's be the bigger person. The bigger person doesn't work in today's politics. Today's politics are trash. It's all about who you like and who you think is funny. In a CNN shout out, shame on y'all last night for what they're doing. But then also some of this falls on, President Biden and the messaging as well, because they had an opportunity to sell their message. So when you just put a tweet out, and I agree completely with what you're saying, Claudia, but when the tweet just says, hey, do you want more of that? And then nothing else, without pushing back, without issuing a video, without saying, hey, here are the things that we're doing well. Right. Actually, yesterday, President Biden gave a long speech at Westchester Community College. But how many people watched that? He talked about the economy. He talked about black unemployment rate being down. He talked about a lot of good stuff. But why didn't you use that opportunity last night and issue out a video? Tucker Carlson issued out a video earlier this week with almost 80 million people watching on Twitter. Don't you think that the administration should have put something out to say, hey, here are the things that we're doing well on? So to your point, Claudia, you're absolutely right. But they got to do better with this messaging and push back on this stuff.
Dez is right. See, murder is right. That's why I said you can't attack Trump's character. You have to attack his policies. What is everybody doing? That's what folks want. That's what folks care about.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Tesla, we'll see in a little bit, right?
Absolutely.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. And our guest host, Claudia Jordan, is here. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is.
We live?
Hello, who's this?
This your boy Big Show, a.k.a. that is in the building all day, every day. Hashtag that.
What's up, brother? Get it off your chest. You sound a little choppy. What's up?
I'm trying to work on this all. Ever since Charlamagne took that 45 seconds, so I hope I make it.
Man, we can't hear this, brother.
So here you go. We go. It was the first I'm live on the beat.
Why are y'all acting like y'all can hear this, man?
Because he was handicapped. He says he's handicapped from the DMV, and I just want to hang up on the handicap, brother.
That ain't got nothing to do with his phone.
I wanted to make sure first. I just wanted to, hang up on the handicap man.
Yeah,
That's
but
all.
it's equality, though. You got to treat him like everybody else. You hang up on other people.
Jesus.
That's right. That is true, Seabird.
You want
Getting that
equality.
wrong.
You got
That's
to-
right.
We're just trying to give him a little bit. Hello, who's this?
What's up? This is your mediocre driver, Uber Mike. How y'all doing?
What's up?
Uber Mike, you're not mediocre, brother. What's up, good man?
You're not mediocre at all.
Hey, two things. For Tesla Figaro, she does like a lot of statistics. I want to find out ride sharing, how much has it brought down drunk driving? I need to know what those stats are. And I want to have a petty party.
All right.
Okay.
Well, first, Tesla Figaro just doesn't walk around with stats in the back pocket. You know what I mean? You can
I know
Google
that.
too, brother.
I know that.
Okay.
Huh? And then, so the petty party is, I want everybody to go to Ebony K. Williams' page and put the tax emoji, because if we mediocre, they don't take Uber and Lyft anymore.
Oh, wow.
Y'all, yeah, but don't. Okay, you're right. I'm about to say don't harass her, but that's what happens in this world that we live in. If you make a public statement, you got to deal with the public backlash.
Yeah, the thing is, we mediocre, then don't use us, because we're if every driver shut down driving, it'll cripple city.
See,
I said that last week.
Uber Mike, you're not as petty. You should have said you got to put the bus emoji in all her comments. That's what you should have said. Just put mad bus emoji
You
in the
just did
comments.
it.
She can say Uber and Lyft. She
Y'all
just
have a
can't
good
ride a
morning.
bus.
All right, you have a good one too.
We don't want to contribute to people harassing Ebony K. Williams on social media, though.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
No. Well, people are sensitive and they feel away. You know what I mean? They feel.
Yes, but Ebony's still the homie, and
She's a good
friend to the
person.
room.
She is, yes.
But even if she wasn't, I wouldn't. I'm gonna sit here and lie and say even if she wasn't, I wouldn't want them harassing her
You
on social
definitely
media.
would
When
harass
I
her.
am the person who invented the petty party.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this Lima from Philly.
Hey, Lima from Philly. Get it off your chest.
First of all, I just want to say y'all used my topic a little bit a while ago, and y'all had it all messed up. Like, y'all got me messed up. First of all.
What was the topic?
Oh, I remember Lima.
Second of all, I wanted to say, Charlamagne, you were supposed to give me my tickets to the festival. You never sent them. I never got them.
Damn.
I'm calling you out on the air.
That's not my fault. See, what I do is I put you on hold, and then I tell the producers to handle
Wow.
that. And if they don't handle that, that's on them. Eddie, why y'all ain't handle that?
Wow, Lima.
I got you next
Wow,
year.
no, it's on you. You had Boone Coon.
That's right,
I am
Lima.
not a coon.
Wow.
No, you had Boone Coon. You were in charge. You're supposed to make sure everything go as planned.
All right, well, check it. What if I get you tickets to my Mental Wealth Expo? I do my Mental Wealth Expo in October. It'll be the third annual
I
Mental
don't
Wealth
believe
Expo.
you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Eddie, get Lima's information right now and make sure that she is at the Mental Wealth Expo in October.
All right, I just put her on hold. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Wake it up. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this Troy. Envy, what's good?
What's poppin', brother?
Charlamagne, that guy.
What up, Troy?
Ain't nothing.
Say what's up to Claudia Jordan.
Hi.
Hey man, I got a bone to pick with y'all with that interview with you and Gilly and Wallow. Man, that thing was so cringy, man.
Why?
All they did was talk about they numbers. That's all I heard from the first hour. I had to turn it off, man.
I don't understand why that bothers y'all, though, when y'all listen to rappers brag about their numbers all day, every day. And y'all listen to athletes brag about their numbers all day, every day. So when a podcaster brags about their numbers, why is that a problem?
Man, because it's a podcast. Y'all supposed to have been on something else, man. It's on everything. It seemed like every minute they was over there showing you that phone, man. Don't try to sugarcoat it, Charlamagne.
I would say this, though. I would say, sometimes you got to give brothers their flowers. I mean, if you look at where they came from and what
That's
they were
right.
able to establish and accomplish, I mean, one, of course, was locked up for a
20
long
years.
period of time.
Wallow did 20 years.
Gilly was a rapper in Philly that didn't pop the way he was supposed to, and a writer, and now they turn their business into something amazing. They own their own content. They own their own, the way they put their stuff out. So the fact that them brothers are making good money, I salute them, and I will always give them flowers. And they humble their good dudes, though. They good dudes. They come to the community and speak to the kids. They're good brothers.
And I don't feel like they was just bragging. And I don't feel like they was just bragging. They were talking about how they gave $4.5 million to the community and small black-owned businesses. I didn't think they were just bragging on themselves.
Hello, who's this?
Monique.
Hey, Monique, get it off your chest.
So I went back to one of my exes from like 1990.
Hey,
and I know, right? And so he's real sweet. I really do like him, but the sex, he can't get it up.
Well, it's from the 90s. That means he's 50 years old?
He's 50. Who, me?
And I said he's what, 50?
Yeah, I think he's 55.
He's 55.
And that's why I was saluting Robert De Niro yesterday. I told y'all stupid asses that if a 79-year-old man can still get hard and still have babies, you should salute him because we should hope to be like him when we get to that age. I told you, dumbass, that age.
You might have to take him to a urologist. He might have a little stress. You might try to honey pack.
What the hell is a urologist?
Huh?
What does a urologist do?
I told him about that.
Check your testicles.
I told him about it the other day. He told me it was only temporary, and he was going to the doctor yesterday. I told him about it on Tuesday. I haven't heard from him since.
Well, you don't embarrass the brother. I'm sure it's embarrassing when his penis ain't working.
Well,
and he might not be going to the doctor. He might be going to the gas station to get a gas station pill and one of them little honey packs.
That gas station pill gonna kill his ass. He's 50 years old now. His heart ain't what it used to be.
This is a lot more common than y'all think, brothers. I'm just saying.
I'm sure.
Like, and not even 50-year-olds, like 30-something-year-olds.
Really?
Right, right.
Yeah, so just don't make fun of the brother. You make fun of that man, he'll never come back to you with a problem.
No, I'm not making fun of him.
It sounds like you did.
I was trying to help him.
How did you tell him to go to the doctor and get it checked out? How did you say it?
No, he said he was already going to the doctor.
But how did y'all have a conversation? Obviously, you brought it up.
I did because it was on my mind, and I was like,
First of all,
I can't be in another sexless relationship.
Damn, see?
And by the way, it's an easy subject to bring up when it don't get up. All right, we're all there in the moment.
But
we know what's happening.
Hey, I don't want to be in another sexless relationship. You got to get that fixed. Gosh,
I salute her for keeping it real. You know how hard it is to tell a guy he can't get hard.
We don't know how hard it is. Neither does she.
Yo, shut up.
Girl, leave him. Leave him.
Oh man, what happened if you couldn't get and he just say, "Mama, you too dry down there"?
He'll say it.
I get some lube or something.
That's right.
When you can't get it up, no.
You ain't got to explain to us, baby.
Damn.
We understand. You know what I mean? I feel that's why yesterday, when y'all was trying to shame Robert De Niro for being 79 and still having kids, I was sitting back looking like, man, salute that man. Because at that age, all I want is my brain and my penis to work.
Mm-hmm.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up right now. And salute to that man out there that's struggling. He's going through some things right now. He's probably a black man in America, and he's stressed out, and he just couldn't get it up that day, and now she gonna be looking at him funny for the rest of his life.
Nah, he's probably a jerk, and that's his karma.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's usually what it is to me.
All right, Claudia.
I feel a way.
Damn. All right. Well.
You've had this happen to you recently?
Not recently, but it has happened, and he was arrogant. I'm like, don't be arrogant and impotent at the same time. You gotta pick a struggle. That's what we got about to do.
Arrogant and impotent. Jesus Christ.
Don't be arrogant.
And you ain't rich.
And you ain't rich. You mediocre, average, mediocre, impotent, and
right.
Jesus. All right. Well, we got rumors on the way. What are we talking about? Give us a little tease.
We have an update on Jamie Foxx. He's still in the hospital.
All right. We'll give you that next. Don't move. It's The Breakfast Club on BET.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Jamie Foxx.
Just because I'm being quiet don't mean that I don't have that fire up inside of me to get you all the way together.
This is the Rumor Report.
One thing that I'm not is a liar. First of all, my memory is too bad to be a liar. And second of all, there's just too many witnesses and people know what happened. People know the truth.
On The Breakfast Club. I'll give it to you.
And of course, our co-host Claudia Jordan is here. You like your intro?
I am flattered, y'all. I was like, they're not going to give me an intro.
Why'd you think that? That's careless.
Man, I feel like a one night stand a little bit because I didn't really hear from y'all that much after last time. I thought I'd hear from y'all.
We invited you back
murder.
Anytime. Yes.
I'm sensitive.
Aw.
All right, y'all. Speaking of sensitive, I'm sensitive about this topic because Jamie Foxx is everybody's friend in Hollywood. Like, he's such a good dude. Mm-hmm. He's still in the hospital. It's been 4 weeks. And they're saying the family is preparing for the worst. But I've reached out to people in his camp, and they are very tight-lipped. They are all just really, really respecting the wishes of keeping it quiet. To refresh your memory, he was hospitalized for a medical condition. Still not confirmed exactly what it is. People are saying it could be a stroke or a brain aneurysm. So many rumors. They said that it was reported that during the initial emergency, he needed to be resuscitated and lost his ability to speak immediately after. So there's been so many conflicted reports, and people just running with the narratives of, he was targeted, and some, you heard all the rumors. I don't even know if I can say them. On May 3rd, there was a post on Instagram that said, "Appreciate all the love, feeling blessed." I personally don't believe it was from him. I think that's the family trying to ease the fans' minds.
Gotcha.
No clear updates, and no one's able to really confirm exactly what's happening. But, in the hospital for 1 month is definitely a scary thing.
Yeah, I seen everybody saying that it was bull crap, and it was nobody could cite their source of where this information was coming from. So,
about him being
what information?
That his family was preparing for the worst.
Oh, gotcha.
I will say the way that companies moved so quickly, the production company as well as Beat Shazam, it did alarm me that quickly. And I did hear that all of his projects for the rest of the year are they're all off.
Wow.
So definitely our prayers go out to Jamie Foxx. I mean, I cannot.
Yeah, definitely sending Jamie Foxx healing energy. But I mean, it's times like this where everybody just needs to sit back, relax, mind their business, and just wish for the best. Like, you should just be praying for the brother. Like, instead of trying to figure out what happened and, what's his condition. Listen, as far as we know, he's been in the hospital for 4 weeks. Send that man some prayers.
Absolutely.
That's it. And that's all we can do.
And as Charlamagne and I have been saying to our brothers out there, go to the doctor. Just get yourself checked out. Just to double check whether it's, a colonoscopy, whether it's checking your heart, your blood pressure. Just get yourself checked out. That's what.
Yeah, those heart attacks and strokes, they come from cardiovascular, and that's why I told y'all since December I did every single cardiovascular test that I could possibly do. I wore a heart monitor. I did the stress test. I did the EKGs. I did the test where they put the ink in your body to check your arteries, because that's what causes those strokes and those heart attacks, those clogged arteries. I did my calcium test to see what my calcium was. And speaking of that, I went and got my blood taken, what's today? Thursday? Like Tuesday, I believe. And they called me yesterday and told me that my cholesterol was down significantly.
Congratulations.
And my LDL cholesterol was down significantly. And so the doctor just told me to keep doing what I'm doing. Keep the diet, keep the lifestyle, and keep taking my cholesterol medication.
I think this age that we're all in, like late 40s, early 50s, is a difficult time because a lot of us, especially black folks, we look a lot younger than we really are. So you're not really taking it as seriously. You're like, I'm good, I look good.
Right.
On the outside looks like I look young still, but really the inside, a lot of stuff's going on. I just found out I'm really anemic, and I thought I was in such great shape. But yeah, so we got to get on this stuff.
Yeah, but it's happening a lot younger. So yeah, I mean, you mentioned 40s, but in their 30s, a lot of brothers dying in their 30s now, which is very scary.
Yeah.
So just get yourself checked out. Make sure you go to the doctor once a year or twice a year. I go, and just to make sure.
We are at that age where we celebrate low cholesterol by having a drink.
That's right.
A water.
What you drinking, Charlamagne?
Water.
Cognac.
We have a drink of water.
All right. We got some Rihanna news. I was always interested in where people get their inspiration for their baby names. They saying she named her son after a Wu-Tang Clan member.
I love it.
RZA.
Right. So it's been almost a year since the baby boy was born, and she has never revealed the name. Apparently, the Daily Mail claims the baby's birth certificate has been obtained, and he is named after the member from the legendary group, the Wu-Tang group. Her baby boy's name is RZA, Alston Mayers. And wow.
I probably would have did the same thing if my wife would have let me.
What?
What hip hop artist would you name your child after?
He probably do Ghostface.
Baby Ghost?
Ghost.
Baby Ghost.
Thank God your wife didn't allow you to do it.
Starks is a dope name.
Starks.
I mean, even though, it's Tony Starks and that's the best of both worlds for me, because I'm a Marvel fan and a Wu-Tang fan. So Starks would have been a great name for a kid.
Naming your kid after someone from the Wu-Tang is wild. That's so East Coast.
No, Wu-Tang is
that's mad East Coast.
It's international.
Right,
Wu-Tang is international.
No, you're okay. Imagine the conversation with your mom. Hey, what you gonna name the baby? I'm naming her after the RZA.
And technically ASAP. Well, that's not technically. It's a fact. ASAP is named after a rapper himself.
Rakim,
ASAP's
right?
named after Rakim.
Yeah.
So ASAP's mom named him after Rakim.
Rakim the rapper. Yeah.
Yep. And Rihanna's parents named her after somebody famous.
Who?
Envy, is there any rapper you name your kid after? Or any entertainer?
No. No. No.
I love Rihanna for this. I love her even more.
I wouldn't do it. But I feel like you got to make RZA the Godfather now.
Yeah.
Like RZA got to be the godfather.
He'd probably be up for it.
Yeah.
No, he don't know. What if they don't know RZA? I'm not just naming somebody I don't know the Godfather. First of all, that's the ultimate compliment.
It's RZA. You got to be the guy.
Nah. If you don't have no ties, I'm just not naming you the Godfather of my child. I already named you after my child, RZA.
I just think it's dope.
The ruler, zigzag, zigalaw.
I would have loved to have a good godparent.
Damn, why? What happened?
I'm like,
godparents, son?
You pick people that if something happens to you, these are the people that you want me to be left with.
Damn.
That's right.
I'm like, Mom, you didn't like me as a baby.
I got great godparents. Shout out to Leon in Atlanta. Shout out to Aunt V. That's my godmother. I love my godparents.
Man, my uncle was a mad alcoholic. I'm like, come on, Mom.
Damn.
I don't think I got no godparents, but that's because we probably all grew up broke. So it's like, what's the point?
They didn't have time.
Exactly. What's the point of making somebody godparents when you grew up broke?
Well, it's supposed to be if something ever happens to you, they take care of you. They're the next in line.
Then people don't want that burden. They don't want that extra bill.
That'd be stressful if someone said, I want you to be the godparent of my kid. If something happens and you really have to take on that role.
Lord have mercy.
But everybody I picked for my kids would take care of my kids.
So you pick good ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you actually loved your kids.
Damn it.
I'm going to call my mother after this. We have a conversation we need to have.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Now, I want to open up the phone lines. A lady called earlier today, and she was talking about her man had ED. 800-585-1051, erectile dysfunction. She said that everything was fine, but he just can't get it up.
And she said she don't want to be in a sexless relationship. And that's an interesting conversation to have, right? Because what if this man is perfect? What if this man has everything else? I mean, he's a nice guy, great job,
correct,
treats you well,
right?
But he just got ED. Damn.
It's called the bestie.
Why you say ED?
Call the bestie.
Call the bestie.
It's called the bestie.
So the question is, ladies, what do you do?
Not perfect.
800-585-1051. Like Charlamagne said, guy is great. He treats you well. He has a good job, great benefits. But, he has a hard time with ED.
He has a hard time getting hard.
He has a hard time getting hard. So, ladies, what do you do? And, ladies, are you dealing with this right now? Let's talk about it. 800-585-1051. When we come back, we got front page news with Tesla and Figaro, and we're going to take your calls. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning on BET. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Our guest co-host, Claudia Jordan, is here. And let's get in some front page news. All right. So last night in sports, quickly, the Knicks beat the Heat 112-103. The Warriors beat the Lakers 121-106. Now, Tesla and Figaro is back. And let's start off with George Santos. Now, he pleaded guilty yesterday?
Yes, he did. Republican Representative George Santos has been charged in a federal criminal probe that, from a legal standpoint, won't affect his status as a member of Congress, but will keep him tied up in court and could result in a sentence of several years in prison. Now, Santos is accused of funneling contributions meant to support his campaigns into his personal bank account. He spent the money on luxury clothes and paying off debt. Prosecutors also allege that he fraudulently applied for and received COVID-related unemployment benefits while receiving a six-figure salary working for an investment firm. Now, if convicted of the top counts in the indictment, Santos faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. He more than likely will not do the 20 years, but that is the maximum. Listen to what Santos had to say after court. We'll talk about it on the other side.
I know you all have questions. I know that everybody's been waiting for the moment for me to come out and talk to you guys. Look, this is the beginning of the ability for me to address and defend myself. We have an indictment. We have the information that the government wants to come after me on, and I'm going to comply. I've been complying throughout this entire process. I have no desire not to comply at this point. They've been gracious in there. Now I'm going to have to go and fight to defend myself. The reality is it's a witch hunt.
Man, he should be facing all of that and still not have to step down from his position.
Which is crazy.
Isn't that crazy how much he's been getting away with already?
So back to the witch hunt again, Charlamagne. So we've heard that before with the witch hunt. So we'll see how that goes. I'm looking at him probably, doing a couple of years. It reminds me of my former congresswoman in Florida who did about 2 or 3 years for something very similar. So we'll see how that works out for him.
All those poor witches always getting blamed for these white men's crimes. What do witches have to do with any of this? These witches ain't doing nothing but minding their business.
Now we also
no witch hunt. This is a privileged white man hunt.
It is. I love it.
Now we got to talk about ex-Raider receiver. He pleads guilty for 2021 crash where they said he was allegedly drinking, right?
Yeah, former Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs III faces up to 3 to 10 years in jail after striking a plea deal on Wednesday to charges stemming from a 2021 drunk driving crash that left a woman dead. Now, he pled guilty to the charge of driving under the influence, which resulted in her death in November of 2021 in Las Vegas. The 24-year-old was speeding at 156 miles per hour when his Corvette slammed into the vehicle and hit 23-year-old Tina Tinter. Her and her pet dog was in the car, and she died from being engulfed in flames. Now, the brother called in earlier and asked about drunk driving and ride sharing. So interesting, because I had this story up to talk about it, and I wanted to give him the stats that he asked for. And it has been proven that in 17 studies, ride sharing has reduced alcohol-related crashes by 85%.
Wow.
See, this is why you can't call Uber drivers, bus drivers, average, mediocre, typical, or stuck in the bigotry or low expectations, because they literally make the world go around and can save your life. One little phone call to a ride share would have prevented this situation from happening. These people are essential. You hear me?
No, you're absolutely right. And what bothers me is he faces up to 10 years, so he can get a lot less. I think he should get a lot more time. I mean, the fact that he was drinking, going 156 miles an hour, and took that woman's life. Just imagine if that's your mother, your sister, your aunt, your daughter. She's never coming back because of his recklessness. Now, I don't want to say I understand, but if this was 20 years ago, before ride share, and you'd be like, damn, how do I get back to my house? But with so many places, you could take a Lyft, you could take an Uber. Everybody has those things on your app. So the fact that he still decided to drink and drive and then recklessly go 156 miles an hour where you have no control, and when you're drunk, your reflexes are already off. That's crazy.
It's interesting. It's interesting you brought up that point. I just want to give one more fact. He was going to get up to 50 years, Envy. The reason why he did not is because there was some concern about how they drew his blood. And so the prosecutor didn't want to take a chance. So they said, let's just do a plea deal. And that's how he got away with that time. In fact, the prosecutor says he recognizes that this is not a significant amount of time, but they didn't want to take that chance and have him go to court and not get anything at all because how they drew the blood.
I tell you what, man, I not only do I agree with Envy, I feel like with all the messaging that has been out over the years about drunk driving, like, we know not to drink and drive.
Correct.
We know not to drink and get behind the wheel. So you're making a very, very selfish and reckless choice when you get behind the wheel drunk. So if you end up taking somebody's life, I really don't feel sorry for you when you get hit with the consequences of those actions.
It seems lately that people that have been committing crimes and murdering people with their vehicles they've been really light on them. Like if Tory Lanez is facing up to 22 years for what he did, which he should face some time, why are we giving 4-year sentences, very light sentences to people that are plowing their cars into they're menaces?
Yeah,
that's right.
You're right. And what I really don't understand is if I'm that family, I'm suing the court. I'm suing that police department. Y'all took the blood wrong now, so my family got to suffer for it. Right. Now I'm suing everybody because it's not right. Y'all effed up, and now he's only getting possibly 10 years, and I don't have a daughter.
That's nuts.
Or a dog. Or, you know what I mean? It's effed up.
And that's also, just as another point, he also had a loaded firearm in the car as well. So if he would have went to court, he definitely would have got up to that 50 years. But again, it's all about how they process that evidence, and that's why this stuff really matters.
Did you say a dog, Envy?
Yeah, because the woman and the dog died.
The dog died too?
Oh, I ain't even hear nothing about no damn dog.
Yeah, both of them died.
Wow.
Well, God bless that dog, man.
10 years for that?
All right. Well,
all dogs go to heaven.
You know what?
Well, that is front page news.
I be thinking about that, not in this situation, but just in general. Like, what if you die with your dog, but you go to hell, but your dog go to heaven?
That's probably gonna be.
That's what he's thinking about. That's what you over there thinking about the dog.
Just now. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I've never heard this scenario. Somebody died with their dog. I never personally heard that.
Yeah,
and I'm sure all dogs don't go to heaven. There got to be some mean dogs out there.
No, that's not what they say. They say all dogs go to heaven.
That can't be true.
Even pit bulls.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Now, when we come back, do you want to talk about erectile dysfunction this morning, since it was such a big conversation, and since Claudia joined, it seemed like she was so distraught by the conversation and before a situation that happened with her before. Do you want to go there?
Who, me? I can't relate to this conversation.
I love to hear from the ladies out there. I bet you there's a lot more stories than y'all think, because everyone ain't knocking the bottom out of it, ladies and gentlemen, fellas. Y'all be talking a lot about y'all thing, but listen, I talk to girls all the time, and it's a huge epidemic.
All right, I'll tell you what's a good question, because that woman said that called earlier said she didn't want to be in a sexless marriage. What if this man is perfect? What if this man is everything you ever wanted to be in a man? What if this man is a provider? What if this man looks good? What if this man treats you well? But he just got that ED, that erectile dysfunction.
Let's talk about it. 800-585-1051. Ladies, would you stay if your man had ED? Did everything right? Or maybe you're in this situation and you want to talk about it. 800-585-1051.
Or maybe you're entitled to compensation if you're in this situation.
You are.
This is a safe space for you.
Goodness gracious. We'll talk about it when we come back. And shout out to all the brothers out there. If you got ED, hold your head, man.
That's right. Salute to all the brothers out there with ED. We riding with you.
Nah.
Hold your head.
Go to an island and exist together.
Damn
Get out of
it, man.
society.
All right. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Steady calling my phone.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host, Claudia Jordan, here. Now, if you just joined us, we were talking about somebody who called during Get It Off Your Chest.
He's real sweet. I really do like him. But, the fact he can't get it up.
Well, it's from the 90s. That means
So-
what, he's 50 years old?
He's 50. Who, me?
And I said, he's what, 50?
Yeah, I think he's 55.
How did y'all have a conversation? Obviously, you brought it up.
I did because it was on my mind, and I was like,
First of
"Hey,
First of all,
I can't be in another sexless relationship."
Damn, see? She was saying she was in a sexless marriage, that her husband just really couldn't get it up. She said everything was great, but she just couldn't get it up and she couldn't deal with it anymore. So we were asking, if you were in that situation, you're dating somebody, everything is great, everything is fine, he's a great guy, he treats you well, good job, benefits, and he just can't get it up. Would you stay? What would be your situation? Claudia.
Yeah, how do you work through that, Claudia? Or can you?
I've been in that situation before.
Mm-hmm.
I think if women are being honest, a lot of us have been through that situation. And a lot of times we are catering to your ego and we don't say anything and we just fake it. But how long can you do it? And the funny thing
10
about
years.
my relationship, I didn't break up with him because that it was other stuff. He had the audacity with his soft peen to actually cheat. And then it's like, imagine you rock with someone through all the issues that they have and you're like, I'm trying to be supportive, and then they still do you dirty. So I'm a firm believer. I'm a firm believer that you leave him alone.
Well, listen. How do you? Well, two questions. How do you fake it with a Roman noodle, and how does he cheat with a Roman noodle?
Well, I would see him on top of me, and I knew we were having sex because he was sweating and grunting, but I didn't feel anything.
Damn it, man.
And it started to make
man,
me
Claudia, I
question
hate you.
my anatomy. Like, I'm like, am I huge? Is something wrong with me? But no, it just.
Oh, you thought you had the big lake.
Yeah, but then I was like,
okay.
it was early on, and I was younger. Numbers was mad low. It was not possible. It was not me. It was he had an issue, but he refused to seek help for it. So it was bad. It's like, listen, you're gonna have to be honest about yourself.
I wonder when women decide to leave though, because I would think to myself like, okay, let's go down to the doctor. Let's try some medication.
But you know the problem is, and me and my wife, we do the podcast where people will call, and that was probably one of the biggest thing where people email and have a problem. But the hardest part for men who would always email us,
There's no hard part for men with
shut
ED.
up, man, shut up. They would never say their name, but they say it's the most. It feels like it's demasculating. It feels like they're not a man because. For them, they feel like it's not my problem. I'm doing everything right, but my peen just won't get hard. So they was like, and it's hard to go to a doctor to be like, hey, doc, this is my situation. They always feel away. And for most women, they feel like it's hard to have that conversation with their man.
I don't like how much you using hard in a conversation like this.
Shut up, man.
It is
There's no
standing
reason
out. It is hard to have a conversation with your man because most women, if we rocking with you, we rocking with you, but don't have the audacity to mistreat this woman. If she's dealing with this, she's a saint or she really loves you. And a lot of us will love you through that, but don't on top of that be arrogant. You can't be impotent and arrogant like I said.
Do you think that it's a lot of projection in a situation like that, Claudia? Because, if men's egos in a lot of ways are attached to their penis, right? So if I know that my penis can't perform properly, I might just project the pain and hurt I feel from having ED onto you.
Yeah, because a lot of times they have a bad attitude or just mean to you. But a lot of women
don't want to have sex because they don't want to feel that way. I'm sure
don't want to have sex, and then you start being insecure in your mind because even in that relationship, I did not bring it up. I never brought it up to him. I never made him feel bad because I'm like, I don't want to make it worse.
Gotcha. Let's go to the phone lines. We have Sam on the line. Sam, good morning.
I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning. Now, you said you're dealing with this now.
Yes, I am.
Talk to us.
So I got married last September, and this has been an issue in our relationship prior to us getting married. And I'm thinking, okay, he'll get better. He'll go to the doctor. We're going to work through it. I've been more than patient. We've been together 4 years, and he's just not able to satisfy me at all.
How old is he?
He's 52,
Wow.
and
Have you tried
he
any
is a
medication?
diabetic. What was that?
Has he done Viagra? Has he taken Viagra?
His doctor prescribed him the Cialis, told him that he should take it daily for preventative. He's still in that denial phase.
So he
I don't need that. I'm good. I'm just too sleepy. I'm just too tired. It's always an excuse. So he won't take it.
Now, see, that's what would frustrate me more, right? Right, Claudia?
When
Claudia,
I-
what
when I
the
was
hell
in
I'm
that-
talking about? Shut up.
Yeah, Charlamagne, that would
Claudia.
frustrate you more. Is you having that problem, boo-boo? Huh? That would frustrate me more. What? Charlamagne, shut up.
Sam, when I was in that situation, I was so fearful of having a conversation with the guy that I considered, and I actually was trying to look up laws. Like, what if I ground it up and I put it in his food, and I just kind of like slipped it in, and then people were like, nah, you can't do that. That's illegal. You're drugging him. But
I've been thinking that. Like, I just have to trick him.
But you know,
Like, I want to do that.
a lot of men don't like taking the Cialis and the Viagra because a lot of men say it gives you headaches.
It does.
And they said the headaches can last a couple of days. So that could be an issue or problem too. But I think it's a conversation that you have to be upfront with and don't be judgy. I think judgy is the problem.
They clearly having the conversation. They went to the doctor to get
Yes,
the Cialis.
we do talk about it, and he just gives me all the excuses. Or he'll tell me, like, oh, well, you fell asleep. That's why we didn't do it.
No.
Like, you stalled me out all day.
Your peen fell asleep the whole marriage.
But does he still box at least?
No.
Oh, no.
I have to, he will do that once he gets tired of hearing me complain.
What
It's
about
like,
Claudia? Claudia, you might be right. That's a bestie, Claudia.
That's a bestie. He's not. Yeah. Have you thought about other men? Have you thought about stepping outside your marriage?
I have, and I've even told my husband that. It's like, listen, if you can't get this together, I need a boyfriend.
And what did he say?
And I say it to him jokingly, but I am like so serious, and he's just like, oh, well, we'll cross that bridge when it happens. When I get older, we'll talk about it.
Jesus.
Because we have a 12-year age difference. Like, I'm still
Lord
young and vibrant.
mercy.
And you getting old and don't even want to have sex no more. It's too early for that.
Do you have a rose?
I have tons of toys.
Oh,
But you know, when you love
I
somebody,
get old, I need a body on me.
when you love somebody, it's frustrating that you don't. The sex toys are cool, but they don't take the place of actual sex penetration.
All right, let's go to another
Well, we
call.
praying for you. But I was going to say, though, it is frustrating because when somebody is sick, I guess this is considered a sickness, and they won't take their medication, that's what I'm sure, would piss me off.
But you also got to think if that medication is causing side effects that person can't deal with, whether it's headaches or whatever it may be, they might not want to take that medication because of that, or they might feel like, it takes their manhood away, or it'll work. It'll start working again. It was just a little stressed. Maybe I'm just a little tired. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Star. Good morning.
Good morning, Star.
Okay, so listen, I don't think I would want to be in a sexless relationship either, but I met this guy in about 2010 who told me that he was dealing with some stuff like that, so he got a penis pump, like, inserted in his penis that has, like, a pump part on the testicles, so when you wanted to get it up, you just pump on it.
What?
And it keeps it up.
I've never heard of that.
The entire time.
Like the Reebok sneaker, you push the button.
That's not what the penis pump is.
No, wait, shut up, Charlamagne. Claudia's saying yes, it is. You don't.
No, it's not.
My girl's guy had that.
So it's inserted in him?
Yeah, it's like an implant.
And and how do you pump it up?
Like a sneaker.
Like a sneaker, like you squeeze it?
Yeah, you better hold up.
That's not how the penis
grabs
pump
one of his
works.
testicles and he squeezes it like until it is erect, and then whenever he wanted it to go down, he holds the testicle, like basically like let the air out. I have no idea.
That's amazing.
I didn't know penis pumps were for erectile dysfunction. I thought penis pumps were for people who wanted to make their penis look larger than it actually is.
I thought it was strippers. I thought strippers do it usually before they dance.
Exactly.
But this is not the same type of penis pump.
Sam, was it? Did it really help you? Like, was it really hard?
I mean, I didn't touch it, but I thought he was a pimp, and there was a lot of women who were there, so I'm assuming it was really hard.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of dope. Because think about it like this. You could pump it, and then it could go like 9 inches.
I would go for
No,
that.
it
7
don't
inches?
get long. It don't get long. It gets wide.
How do you know?
Yeah,
I've tried it.
No, you don't have it. This is implanted in your penis, you idiot. This is not the pump the strippers use.
It's a contraption inside your penis that fills it up. So the blood that doesn't get put in there, it's air.
Oh. Well, salute to Reebok.
Yeah, he showed me like a whole pamphlet. I was like, is he trying to advertise to me?
So you
don't have one.
So you didn't want to rock with it? Because I'm kind of open to that.
I mean, I would try it. I would go for it. I would rather do that than to like leave him, especially like if he's providing for me. If he's a good man, then I would try to find him some ways to help us.
Wow.
Bionic penis.
Hey, man.
Well, thank you.
I salute all of these women that are sticking through their men with this, because that's what vows are about, right? They say sicker, and what is it? I can't even remember. And I'm married. Sickness and health.
Yeah, for richer and poorer.
Rich and poor, whatever
Softer
it is. You
or
know what I
harder.
mean?
Yeah.
Softer,
That's right.
harder, wetter, no wet. Yeah, absolutely. 800-585-1051. If you just joined us, Claudia Jordan, she's our co-host today. And we were having a conversation earlier. A lady called and said that she was in a sexless relationship, that her man couldn't get hard, and she was going through some things. So we just opened up the phone lines, 800-585-1051. Ladies, could you be with a man if everything was good? The relationship was great. He treated you well. He has a good job, but he just had ED. Let's talk about it. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Talk about it. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host, Claudia Jordan, here. And we're asking, if you just joined us, earlier this morning, a lady called during Get It Off Your Chest, and she's saying that she has a sexless marriage. That her and her husband been together, and they've been having problems because he can't get hard. He's a good guy, treats her well, great job, but just can't have sex. No, he has ED. So we're asking, ladies, what would you do? What would you say? Charlamagne, what would you do?
What would I do? What?
Never mind.
If I was in that position, that's why I told y'all yesterday, don't shame Robert De Niro for still having kids at 79. You should hope as a man, when you get to that age level, you still can get bricky out here in these streets.
So you would stay?
What you talking about?
All right. Ladybug, good morning.
Yes.
Hey, Ladybug.
Hello. How y'all doing?
Good. Talk to us. What you got? What you think about this?
I don't think it's worth it. If you all had as many bad men as I had in my life, and me and my husband been married for 18 years, and it's not worth it. We still travel, we still hug, we still love, we can still go on dates and everything. But I wouldn't give up none of that for
peace.
the D.
And, and
it's not worth it.
And what Ladybug is saying is right. You know, you can have a man and his penis works amazingly, but he's a bad person. He doesn't treat you well. He's a cheater, whatever it may be. And Ladybug got a husband whose penis don't work the right way, but he's a great person, provided they travel, they love each other. So
maybe Ladybug, do you ever think about like adjusting your relationship and like making it more lesbian-like?
What?
No, I take care of myself. I know how to take care of myself.
Got you.
Are you sad? Like deep down, are you happy, or are you okay?
I am deep down happy because I have been deep down sad with a bad man.
Right.
This is beautiful. I love this, man. I love this.
And I said, I've done it before, and I didn't leave him because I left because the other things were wrong. So women can love you through this.
Thank you.
I think women in these situations,
you can do it because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth not being able to pay your bills. It's not worth being hungry. It's not worth catching the bus. It's not worth not seeing the world. It's not worth that.
Okay. I think women in these situations really need to look to lesbians for inspiration. You know what I mean? Learn how to scissor. Learn how to use more toys.
So we gotta change our whole sexuality because your thing can't get hard.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what you want them to scissor. You asked her, do you scissor with your husband? How do you scissor with your husband?
Well, when the man can't get hard, I mean, it's like a clitoris.
Huh?
You would know more than me. Hello, who's this?
Hi, it's Connie.
Hey, Connie. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey.
What's your opinion?
My opinion is I feel like if the guy is perfect, I could get over it.
So you say you'll get over it.
But would you be faithful?
Yes, I could be faithful. He has to be good at other things.
Right. But a lot of times it comes with a bad attitude because they're angry, and rightfully so. You know what I mean?
You can't be angry and have ED. Like, you gotta pick a struggle.
Pick a struggle.
But how do you make him? But how do you make him be happy though? Gotta keep him drunk all the time?
No, that's his personal thing. I think that's something he has to get over because that's insecurity on his behalf.
That's right. Hello, who's this?
Talia.
Hey, Talia. Good morning. Talk to us.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
We're doing good.
But about the topic, no, that's something that I'm sorry, I just could not do. If he can't get it up, then it's a no-go for me. Like, I'm crippled right now and all, but I'm 24 and I like to have sex, so that's a part of my need. So
What do you mean you're crippled, Crystal? Crystal, don't speed past that. What do you mean you're crippled, Crystal?
Something major.
Oh, because I'm the same caller that's been calling, letting y'all know I've been shot in the back.
Oh, Crystal, our girl. What up, Crystal?
Yes,
Crystal,
don't do that.
No, Crystal, you our peoples, we got love for you, but don't you think you're being kind of,
judgmental?
Because
Yes.
the reality is that man's crippled too, just in a different way.
That's true.
And you wouldn't want somebody to leave you just because, of
something
your
that
situation.
you couldn't do. Yeah,
Well,
because
her stuff still works.
But we all have needs, and see, that's something different. I wouldn't want nobody to leave me because of that, but they wouldn't be with me in the first place if that was the case. And I ain't looking for nobody if that was the case.
Crystal,
in that situation, I just couldn't. Listen, I was even in a relationship for 5 years, but at the moment, it was 2 years when we were together, and he definitely could get it up. He was 10 years older than me, but however, he was selfish when it came down to sex. He only wanted to get him his, and I wasn't going for that either. And once we had a talk, he took me to Pound Town after that. So, but if he couldn't have got it together, he would have been gone.
Now, Crystal, I can't remember now. You said you're handicapped. You're paralyzed, right?
No, thank God I'm not paralyzed. No.
Thank God.
I'm hit in the back, but the bullet is in this part of my spinal cord for the rest of my life because it did fracture my pelvic bone, but only by an inch. So if it would have never hit my pelvic bone, I would be paralyzed for the rest of my life. But it broke the pelvic bone and struck a nerve in my left leg.
So what's your disability?
Because right now I have a limp walk, but I have a walker. But with me, when I'm sitting down, like as in the chair, or if I'm laying down with my legs straight out, I am not able to pick my leg up I'm not going to say at all. When it first happened 3 months ago, I could not pick it up at all. Like not worrying about the pain, it would not move.
Now, Mama, you got a guy that picks your leg up for you, and when you hip hopping down the street, he walks with you and he's proud. Now he got a little problem. You like, I gotta leave. That's foul.
Listen, I'm not gonna leave him right away. We're gonna work on it. But if it doesn't get there, then no, because I'm not gonna be crippled for the rest of my life. I'm getting my shit because I can lift my leg up an inch.
Let me ask you a question, Crystal. You're dating a man with erectile dysfunction, right? Who gets the handicap decal? You or him?
Yo, shut up. Goodbye, Crystal. You have a good one, Mama.
Crystal.
Have a good one. Bye, Crystal.
Y'all have a good day.
Goodbye, Crystal.
Why you ain't let her answer that? Let her answer the question, please.
Why you can't ask somebody that?
First of all, there were so many violations in that conversation. Envy, you said hip hopping down the street. I caught that.
The handicap thing is worse than mine.
Hip hopping down the street.
Salute to Crystal.
Yeah, shout out to Crystal. Yeah,
I like that she has her standards. Like, don't try to sun her and say that she should have lower standards because she's temporarily,
I'm just saying, if a guy is dealing with her and everything, that her flaws and all her greatness, I think she should do the same. That's what life is about.
But she
sickness
survived
and health.
Poorer and richer and poorer.
She survived a gunshot, right?
Harder and softer.
She deserves hard
wet
pee.
and no wet.
Oh my God, y'all wouldn't stand for this. Y'all would not stand for this if your mates had trash pee. Exactly. Thank you. Point. Case.
It's just crazy how women want us to be vulnerable and soft, and then when we are, literally, we get shameful.
We get attacked. They want to leave us. All these other things.
No, it's the attitude on top of it.
Yeah, you can't have an attitude and be impotent.
Because most of these women haven't said they left their men. They're still in it.
Right.
That's true.
So I'm just saying, they sticking through it, but they're just dealing with it.
Well, what's the moral of the story, guys?
If you can't get it up, he's your bestie.
Damn it, man. Damn it, man. All right. Well, we got rumors on the way. What we talking about? Give us a little tease.
Not talking about hard peeing, that's for sure. Listen, we had a whole thing, a big blowout. Me and Lisa Ray on Fox, so talking about the whole Chris Brown situation in Vegas. And I want to dive deeper into that.
Okay, we'll get into that next. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club on BET. Hey, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host, Claudia Jordan here.
Good morning.
And let's get to the rumors.
Just because I'm being quiet don't mean that I don't have that fire up inside of me to get you all the way together.
This is the Rumor Report.
One thing that I'm not is a liar. First of all, my memory is too bad to be a liar. And second of all, there's just too many witnesses. And people know what happened. People know the truth.
On the Breakfast Club.
I'll give it to you.
All right, today we are talking about a thing that happened on my show on the Fox Soul, Cocktails of Queens with Lisa Ray. We were talking about the Chris Brown incidents. There was several rumors about what happened with him in Vegas. And things did get a little heated.
Why he got to chill? What if he felt just like what he said? F her. What if he felt like that? And he's saying to his friend. What I don't like about it is that every time we bring up his name, not us, but every time his name is brought up, that he always get automatically blamed because he is that way. We know him to be that. So it gotta be him. That's what I don't like when people have that kind of stigma, because I got that. It's quick for you to think that, oh, well, Lisa Ray would have did that, or Lisa Ray said that. And I don't like that, because that very next time it could have been very different. But you blame me because of my past.
But if you have 2 incidents in one weekend, like, again, we're playing, like, come on. So here's the thing, and y'all know this in media, when the clip gets clipped too early, you don't hear the rest of the conversation. You're left thinking, oh, wow, that's really, Claudia? That's how you feel? I went on to also defend, because there were several things that came out that weekend, like, oh, and then he had another argument. And she's right. There is a way, when you do get in trouble a few times, people are always going to look at you through that lens. I went on to also clarify the second argument was about there was some issue with his kids being around, and it wasn't his fault. And I just want people to stop watching the entire conversation and not just jumping the gun, because that's kind of what they were accusing me of doing.
Right.
And I think there's it's a full conversation. It was 7 minutes long.
But I would say this, like, take Tiana Taylor and Chris Brown's relationship, because that's what they allegedly said it was about, right? But if I'm having a birthday party and there's somebody there that I don't rock with, regardless of who it is, right? And this is my party, I would say get them the F out too, because this is my celebration. And if I don't want that energy around it, I would take that energy around it. Now, what happened after that, allegedly, I don't know, but that's not a problem, because I wouldn't want that person. If somebody I don't rock with is in my celebration, just take them out. I don't want the energy around me. And I think everybody knows. I think Charlamagne is the same. We all good, but if my kids are around and somebody's pushing and no, I'm gonna jump up. No, my kids are here. Let me get my kids out of here safely. He didn't swing. He just said my kids are here. I don't see issue with that as well.
I think he was totally in the right in that situation. I think he was totally in the right. The conversation was also deeper about a lot of times we coddle people that we like. And I think we got to get to a place where we hold each other accountable. You can still have that reaction and feeling like, get them out of here. But because of how people always judge Chris Brown, it's unfair that he has to also kind of be conscious of that. Like, man, when I go off, they gonna run with this. And it sucks he got to live like that, but that's kind of the cards he's dealt now.
Yeah, I think what Lisa is saying is that nobody should be defined by their worst moment.
Exactly.
But sadly, that's the era we in. So if Chris has any issue with a woman, regardless of what it is, people are going to say, see. And if there's an issue with Chris looking angry or violent, people are going to say, see, that's who he is. And that's not, that isn't fair.
So what is our part in that? Like, say you're the person that you have that rep. Do you think it's unfair that you have to go above and beyond and be extra conscious of that?
I don't think it's unfair. I just think it's something that you should be cognizant of. But if you're not, I don't think that's wrong either, especially if you know that you're in the right. Like, if I don't know what the situation was with the kids, but if your kids are around and you feel like your kids are in danger and you decide to turn up because of that, you have every right to do that. Like, I'm not going to be sitting around worried about what people are thinking about me in that moment.
But the only sad thing is, in this society, especially in this time and day with social media, you're defined by your mistake.
You
right?
are.
No matter how long it is. It could be 15 years from now. You're going to be defined by that mistake, that action. People don't allow you to grow. They don't allow you to evolve, and they don't allow you to make mistakes, and that's the bad thing.
I have that too with a lot of things I've done, and a couple of things I've done, I'm still defined by that. But I know that, so it's not fair. But sometimes I have to go above and beyond and kind of twist myself into a pretzel to kind of make others feel comfortable. Is that right? No, but it's the nature of society now. Right. And I can't change the world. So my thing was a bigger picture thing. He totally has a right. He should have turned up on people acting up around his kids, 1,000%. I just want people to get to that part of the conversation. Like, I agree.
Yeah, you truly can't care about the opinions of other people. Like, the only truth that should matter is yours. And if folks can't, if folks can't see, past what you were, then that's really on them.
That's fact.
To be honest, or not even what you were, something you did back in the day. That's really on them. I don't know if that's up to you.
That's ideal, but don't you think now more than ever, people are extremely sensitive? Like, you could have done something 25 years ago, and that will cost you money. It will cost you jobs. It will cost you opportunities, and ideally, that is the way to be. But it's just, I'm just being a realist that it's not that way. We're not there yet, unfortunately. All right, moving on. Lil Meech was arrested, and the video leaks, and he was calling for his mama.
I know, but unfortunately, there's certain procedures we have to follow anytime something comes in that's prohibited, correct?
Right. So listen,
you understand that, correct?
Can you please?
You have your ID on you?
Sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straightened out after the fact, okay?
Thank you.
But until then, I have to put you in handcuffs until we figure this out.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Understand that?
Can I call my mom or somebody?
We'll do that after.
Can I call?
All right, just turn around for me. Be cooperative. Everything's on video and audio surveillance. This is just for your safety and everybody else around you because there's guns involved, okay, or possible guns. We have to confirm it. Okay, X-ray doesn't tell us 100%. Okay, just as there's a possibility.
I'm calling my mom too.
I'm not mad at him.
You?
I'm 17 years old, 18 at the time, wherever he was. Something happens to me, I'm calling my mom and my pops immediately. Can I call my mom? Because you know why? My mom's going to answer. Regardless, if there's caller ID, if she's on the other line, no matter what's going on with my mama going to answer.
First of all, Lil Meech was not no damn minor when that happened.
He was 17.
When was this?
Was he?
Yeah, he was. I think he was 17 at the time.
When was this?
It's from 2022.
He's 23 years old.
Yeah, he tried to throw that Hail Mary
What
out
are we
there.
talking about?
I thought he wasn't minor.
I'm kind of not.
What do you mean?
I'm kind of not mad at him kind of throwing that Hail Mary right there. He tried it.
I believed him.
Listen, he's a young black man with guns and police. I would be scared to death in that situation, too. He actually kept his calm pretty cool. Maybe because he was at the airport. Because I know if he was in a car somewhere and that was the situation, oh, my God, I'd be terrified.
So he was 22 at the time of the incident.
He definitely wasn't a minor.
He was grown. Charges were dropped in January because his lawyer enforced that Meech mistakenly picked up security's luggage and the gun nor the bag belonged to Meech. So he was innocent.
Right.
He was innocent.
That man, life and maybe his career was flashing before his eyes. He's like, what the hell is going on right now?
Mama!
Mama!
But the cops were really nice to him. They were polite.
God bless Quavo. Mama! Where's Mama in this situation?
Ma!
What?
All right. Now, that's how I call my mom. That's all. Good morning, my mom and my pops. I know they listen every morning. Good morning, Mama. Good morning, Pops. Thank you for answering the phone for me all the time.
My mother never listens to anything I do.
Oh, they listen all the time. Then they have notes after.
Why are you not listening to Steve Harvey?
My mom?
No, your parents. All y'all parents. Why are they not listening to Steve Harvey?
Because their son is on a nationally syndicated morning show, sir. So they call him support.
Steve Harvey's more age appropriate.
So what? My mom is hip.
Okay.
She's the cat's meow, as she would say.
I wonder what your mom thought about the other conversation we had about the impotency thing. I'd love to get your mom on the line and ask her about that.
I don't ask about that. I think my dad's holding it down. But anyway, Charlamagne, who are you giving that donkey to?
Man, 4 after the hour, there is a young woman named Corey Richens. Killer Corey is what we call her. She needs to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with her.
All right, we'll get to that next. Don't move. It's The Breakfast Club on BET.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Your company has goals this year. Find the right people to help you achieve them with ZipRecruiter, where 4 out of 5 employers get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/breakfast. That's ZipRecruiter.com/breakfast.
Donkey of the day, yeah, you dumb ass. You get donkey of the day, yeah, you dumb ass.
You are a donkey. It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day, huh? I'm gonna fatten all that shit around your eye.
They want this man to throw them blows, man. They waiting for Charlamagne to tap these gloves. Let's go.
They had to make the judgment of who was going to be on the Donkey of the Day. They chose you.
Yes. The Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Well, Donkey of the Day for Thursday, May 11th goes to a 33-year-old woman from Utah named Corey Richens. Now, Corey has been charged with aggravated murder and possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute. Yes, Killer Corey is a murderer, ladies and gentlemen, and the person she slaughtered was her husband. Now, I'm sure, wives kill their husbands and husbands kill their wives every day all around the world, but what makes this story more unique than just a random murder is the fact that Killer Corey wrote a children's book about dealing with the loss of a loved one. Just a year after her husband's death. I couldn't make this kind of stuff up if I tried. Let's go to NBC News for the report, please.
So my husband passed away unexpectedly last year.
A month after promoting her children's book inspired by her husband's death, the widowed mother of 3 is now charged with his murder. Police arrested Corey Richens on Monday outside of Park City, Utah, alleging the 33-year-old poisoned her husband Eric last March with a lethal dose of fentanyl. An autopsy later revealing he had 5 times the lethal dosage of illicit fentanyl in his system. According to the charging documents, Corey purchased fentanyl from an acquaintance last February, which she says was for an investor asking for some of the Michael Jackson stuff. Days later, following the couple's Valentine's Day dinner, Eric became very ill and told a friend he thought his wife was trying to poison him. Prosecutors allege Corey then purchased even more fentanyl, and less than a month later, Eric was dead, and Corey, claiming to be grief-stricken, dedicated this book to her husband, calling him a wonderful father.
I took things that my kids have said to me this last year and we kind of articulated it and put it into a story.
There's some sick people in this world, y'all. This woman, Corey, knows she killed her husband and then used him as a source material to write a children's book about grief when the only thing she should have been writing is a statement to the police about her guilt. Sometimes, I respect people with this level of audacity, people who lack self-awareness in this way. They are able to turn something off in their brain that I can't. But man, if I haven't talked to my therapist about trying, because I beat myself up over little things. Like, I'm the type of person that would toss something at a trash can, and if it misses, regardless of where I have to, regardless of where I'm at, I have to go walk to that thing and pick it up and throw it in the trash because it would drive me crazy knowing I lit it if I left it there. Or going to the bathroom, doing the others you would have them doing to you. I would never leave the bathroom without washing my hands, because if I ever did that and then shook somebody's hand knowing I didn't wash mine, I would think I was going to Satan's place of residence. If I poop in a public facility, like I do every day at 8:30 a.m. because I'm very regular, I have to make sure I don't leave any chocolate hot dogs in the toilet, because there's nothing I hate more than when people leave a little fecal fudge in the commode. Okay, so I couldn't live knowing I did that to someone else. So people who can do things like commit murder and then write a book about dealing with the grief of the person they murdered, they have a kill switch, no pun intended, in their brain that I simply don't have. Okay, the only other people who have this level of audacity is rappers. In fact, rappers might have more, because some of y'all actually rap about the murders they commit. All right, this young woman is just writing a book about dealing with the grief of the murder. No, that she actually committed. Jesus Christ. They do have the same audacity as rappers. Anyway, this is the equivalent of the president of PETA, Ingrid Newkirk, coming out with a book on hunting. Okay, this is like Tory Lanez becoming a podiatrist and coming out with a book on how women should take care of their feet. Okay, this is like O.J. Simpson coming out with a book titled If I Did It, Confessions of the Killer. Wait, that actually happened. All I'm simply saying is, if the baby came out with a book on pronouns, y'all would lose y'all ever-loving minds. Now listen, we looked for this book. It's no longer on Amazon. Okay, the book is called Are You With Me? And we couldn't find a copy of it anywhere. But with the help of ChatGPT,
oh boy,
and AI, two things that I am against, but for this purpose and this purpose alone, I had to. We asked them to write a children's book, like you were this woman, Corey Richens, okay? And you had killed your husband and then wrote a children's book about grief. This is what ChatGPT came up with.
Mommy, can we read the bedtime story we wrote about Daddy?
Of course we can, honey. How about you read the first line and I'll read the second line?
Okay, got it. Are you with me? Are you with me? Daddy, we miss you in our life.
I got tired of arguing with you every day. That's why I tried to stab you with my knife.
Are you with me? Are you with me? Daddy, we had a ball.
Oh, honey, does your oatmeal taste funny? That's because I spiked it with fentanyl.
Are you with me?
Damn.
Are you with me? Life without you is so tough.
Oh, you don't know what fentanyl is? Well, that's that Michael Jackson stuff.
Are you with me? Daddy, are you with me? The cops are here talking to Mommy.
I love you, honey, but I gotta go because the cops just found your body. Good night.
Damn. I don't know who's more of a devil, ChatGPT or Corey Richens. Please let Remy Ma give Corey Richens the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
Damn.
Cold world, man.
All right.
Cold world.
Well, thank you for that donkey today.
I love dark humor.
Yeah, right?
I really do.
Now, shout to BET. BET, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, BET.
Claudia, tell them peace. Tell BET peace, Claudia.
Peace, BET.
Everybody else, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Now, earlier, Claudia reported that Rihanna and A$AP Rocky named their child after Wu-Tang Clan's RZA. The baby's name is RZA. So we're asking 800-585-1051 if you could name your kid after a celebrity. What celebrity would it be? And we'll take your calls when we come back. 800-585-1051. Charlamagne said he would name his child Starks
I ain't never say no stupid stuff like that. I said if you leave it up to my dumb ass, I would have did something like that. But
that's what I just said.
Oh, okay. You're right. I didn't do that though. I have 4 daughters. I did not do that.
I'm sure you tried. 800-585-1051. We'll find out from Claudia and myself when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Hey everybody, it's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host, Claudia Jordan, here.
Morning.
And we're asking 800-585-1051. Now, earlier, Claudia was talking about A$AP Rocky and Riri, that they named their baby after Wu-Tang Clan's The RZA, right? The baby's name is RZA, right? RZA. So we're asking 800-585-1051. What celebrity would you name your baby after? Claudia, do you have one? A celebrity that you would name your baby after?
I've been thinking about this. I don't have one. I'm trying to think. And I don't know. I don't think this would be a reality for me, though.
No?
I'm 50.
Well, I mean, okay, all right.
Jesus Christ.
Touche.
Why you say it like that? If Janet Jackson had a baby at 50, the Brat pregnant right now, who else didn't have babies over 50?
Janet Jackson is rich as hell, so she can do a lot of things I can't really do just yet.
Or the Brat pregnant. Who else? Somebody else just had a baby at 50, right? Or am I tripping?
J-Lo was up there, but she wasn't 50. She was like 45, right? 46?
I guess if I had a baby at 50, I would have to name it like Jesus, because it'd be like a miracle, like a baby Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus Jordan. Jesus
have
Jordan.
It with a Mexican. Have a Mexican baby daddy and name the baby Jesus.
I would at this point.
But let's go to the phone line. I don't have, I do cities. Madison, Logan, Brooklyn, London, Jackson.
Yeah, Peyton. I don't have any celebrities that I would name the baby after. I want names to mean something. So I want them to be able to look at their name and say, okay, this is Arabic for such and such. Or I like naming my children after West African leaders.
Parents, do your research, parents, when you name your kids. Because I looked up the meaning of my name and it was very disappointing.
What was it meaning?
Lame. Like can't walk, lame.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. Again.
Jesus. Hello, who's this?
This is Charlamagne.
Oh, Charlamagne. Good morning.
Good morning, my guy.
My guy. You from New York, huh?
No, I'm actually from Dayton, Ohio.
Okay, all right. Usually my guy is usually a New York thing. But okay. Charlamagne, who would you name your kids after?
Okay, so I am a huge Fantasia and Nelly fan. So my dog name is Tasia. And if I had any more kids, it would be Fantasia and Nelly.
Jesus. How old are you?
I am 40. Don't do me.
Nope, she got time. She got time.
Fantasia
to get pregnant. I was just saying because I'm 50. It ain't happening for me probably. So for you, I'm just saying it could happen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fantasia is a unique name, but it's unique because there's only one Fantasia. I don't know if it gets unique. Yeah, I don't think it's unique when it's a bunch of different people named Fantasia. Just like Beyonce is a unique name, or Rihanna, until everybody start naming their kids that.
Right. Hello, who's this?
Yana.
Hey, what celebrity would you name your kid after?
I actually named my son after the game.
His name is The Game?
His name is The Game?
No, his name is Jason. The game's real name is Jason Taylor, but my son's name is Jason.
I've never heard another Jason, so okay.
Okay, all right, that's dope. Hello, who's this?
This is Amira.
Hey, Amira, what celebrity would you name your kid after?
I did actually. After the game, Jason. I just changed to K and named my son Kason because all my husband's siblings' names start with the K. So we named our kids starting with the K. So I named him Kason.
Okay.
That's unique
for the game.
Okay, the game. You know who else gets named? Gets named a lot.
Jalen.
Jalen. Yeah, Jalen. I don't know what the hell I was trying to say, but you understood. Yes, yeah, Jalen Rose. People name their kid Jalen a lot after Jalen Rose.
And he said his mother created that name, so that's why you see a lot of Jalen's after. I guess the Fab Five.
Yep.
All right. I know there's not another kid named Rashawn, RAASHAUN. I know that
there's
name.
There's so many Rashans out there.
Not the way mine is spelled.
I want to find a white Rashawn.
You're not gonna find that.
A white Rashawn
nope.
Or Dante.
I know a white Rashawn, like Russian.
Oh, shut up. Hello, who's this?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Mama. What celebrity would you name your child after?
Beyonce, of course, the queen. She's a Virgo like me, and I like her. I would just hope that my child, can live up to Beyonce's look,
Why would you do that to your child?
Disappointing.
Why would you do that to your child? She got to spend her whole life. She got to spend her whole life.
After you, Charlamagne. My grandmama name is Charlotte. My mama name is Charlamagne. So Charlamagne would be perfect.
Well, that's perfect because that's not even my name. You know, I got that from there was a activist in Haiti, not an activist, but he was a rebel in Haiti and the Roman emperor. So you know, I'm not the first Charlamagne.
Yeah, Charlamagne's name is Leonard.
My name is Leonard.
It's Leonard.
Leonard.
It's Leonard. Why black people always try to sound French and make it sound fancy?
It's Leonard.
Leonard.
Okay. My mother dropped the O.
No.
Leonard.
It's Leonard. Then he started making a little money. Then he changed it to Leonard.
Leonard. So next he'll get the British accent.
Absolutely.
It's always been Leonard with an accent over the N.
It's Leonard.
Leonard.
Hello, who's this?
Hello.
Hey, what celebrity would you name your kid after?
Well, I already named my first son after Papoose. His name is Jamel. And the next one I would name my kid after is probably Tory Lane. But now it's Elaine. It's Tory.
That's not Tory Lanez, though. It's Mad Tory. It's been Mad Tories before.
But
Tory
she likes
Lanez.
Tory Lanez, and that's what she's naming him for. And Papoose the same. There ain't too many Papooses.
Tory.
You said what?
I said free Tory.
Did you say free Tory?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay, you need to grow up.
Right.
He's
Goodbye.
You need
All
to
right.
grow up, man.
800-585-1051.
Was that the little girl that was at the thing the other day screaming about Rock Nation? You sure that wasn't Tory's sister just now?
Yo, shut up, man. We're asking, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky named their kid RZA after Wu-Tang Clan's member RZA. So we're asking, what celebrity would you name your kid after? Call us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, we were talking about Riri and A$AP Rocky. During the rumors, Claudia Jordan reported that they named their child RZA after Wu-Tang Clan's RZA. So we're asking, what would you name your kid after? What celebrity would you name your kid after? Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Libby.
Hey, what celebrity would you name your kids after?
So I have 3 boys. They're older now, but their names are Omarion, Kanye, and Sanaa.
Kanye and Nas?
Sanaa, like Sanaa Lathan.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you are a huge
I named them
Omarion
after
fan,
that,
huh?
We know who you named.
No, actually, I wasn't. I don't know how it just came up, but I also give them with the opportunity that once they turn 18, they could change their name. So if they needed to, I would take them to the courthouse and they could change them.
So you named your son Kanye?
Yes, Omarion, Kanye, and Sanaa.
Wow, man.
All right.
Okay.
I just don't love
So
no
they're all
celebrities.
named after celebrities.
Yeah, I don't love no celebrities or their names that much. Even when I was saying that, I was saying I was playing and saying I could say Starks for a son, right? That's not even necessarily based on Ghostface. That's Marvel comic book character Tony Starks. Mm-hmm. It's just the name Stark sounds cool, but I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it. Hello, who's this?
Hello, this is Sasha.
Hey, Sasha. What celebrity would you name your kid after?
Well, I already have named my son after a celebrity. Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf?
Yes, and Transformers.
Okay.
Yeah, we know Shia.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So I named him after Shia. I was in high school. Don't hold it to me. Y'all interned and already tried to clown me for it. But my name is Sasha. I wanted him to have my initials, so that's why I went with it.
Let me ask you a question, Sasha. Did you say that, you was young when you did it? So if you had to do it all over again now, you wouldn't name him Shia LaBeouf?
I would still name him Shia LaBeouf, more so because of the meaning. The name Shia means gift from God, and he definitely was that. In high school, I was wilding, and he changed my life. So he's still a gift from God.
Okay. Now, did you conceive him? Did you get your club shot up after watching a Transformers movie?
Definitely not the case. That's a whole long story that I won't go into. You tried it, Charlamagne, but no.
Okay.
No.
Just asking what the inspiration was, but that's all.
Thank you, Mama. Stephanie.
Yes.
You our last caller this morning. Who would you name your child after? After what celebrity?
I actually named a few kids after celebrities.
Okay.
I named my twins. One name is Hendrix Selassie, and the other one name is Phoenix Marley.
Okay, the Marley family. Okay, Selassie, Marley, and...
Where did Phoenix come from?
Hendrix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I like
we
the
were
mixing
just
and
trying
matching.
to find names because I only had girl names at the time, and I just swore I was having girls, and they said boys, and I was like, okay, I've always liked Hendrix, so I needed another name, and I was like, okay, and what about Joaquin Phoenix, but Phoenix Marley instead.
Okay. Do we
And
still
I don't know if
believe?
you know of this soap opera called Passions back in the day.
I don't remember.
I was a huge fan growing up, so I named my oldest son Nicholas Foxworth after one of the characters on the show.
Okay.
I used to think the Stefano from Days of Our Lives was a cool name.
Stefano?
Stefano?
You used to watch that? Yeah. Stefano Demera. He used to always wreak havoc.
That's right. I mean, did we used to watch it? If you got a black grandma, you ain't had no choice.
Oh my God, Days of Our Lives was that show.
That's what I'm saying. If you had a black grandma and you had to stay with your grandma after school, you was watching Days of Our Lives in General Hospital. That was happening.
That's a cool name.
My grandma watched Days of Our Lives. My mother watched Another World.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my mom watched, Another World.
Yeah, do we still believe in male and female names though? And the reason I say that is because my last two children, I thought they were going to be boys because I already got two girls, but that's not how God planned it. So the names I had for them, because I come up with the names when they're in the womb. Mm-hmm. So the names I had for them, I still named them that, regardless that they were women. And come to find out that one of them actually was a woman or man's name. So do we care?
No, we don't care. I mean, no, I don't think so.
It used to just be like a few not names that could go like both ways, like Tracy, Chris, Pat. Now there's a lot of them. It's like not really.
My last child, Peyton, I wanted to name her Kingston. I like the name Kingston, but my wife felt it was like a masculine name, a male name. But I think Kingston can be woman or guy or girl, in my opinion.
That's very interesting because my last one, I remember being at Salute to Anita Kopac's. I was at Anita Kopac's sister crib, and a woman was looking at my wife's stomach, and she was saying there's a lot of masculine energy coming from there, and you couldn't tell me that wasn't a little boy. And I still gave her the name that I gave. Yeah, and it's some people would probably think it's a masculine name.
Yeah, because I definitely wanted Kingston. But same thing with Brooklyn. Some people say Brooklyn's a boy, Brooklyn's a girl, and my Brooklyn's a girl.
I think it's both.
Yeah, both. It could be both. I think names could be both. It depends.
Mm-hmm.
Except like Claudia.
Or Leonard.
Leonard.
But what about Claude? Claude is short for Claudia.
Claudia.
Like I could call you Claude. Claude.
No, I hate that name.
Because nobody could call a girl Rashawn. It got to be Rashawn now.
You can definitely call a girl Rashawn.
Yeah, that's a girl name.
Rashawn?
Definitely.
Yeah, Rashawn's a girl name. Too.
Rashawn is not a girl's name.
Absolutely a girl name.
100%.
No, Rashawn is a girl's name.
A light skinned girl too.
Yeah,
Yo, shut up, man.
Rashawn.
With braids.
Rashawn.
Definitely with braids.
All right, Claudia, we got rumors on the way.
We talking about Flage and her controversial lyric.
All right, people are mad at her. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Our guest co-host Claudia Jordan is here. And let's get to the rumors.
Just because I'm being quiet don't mean that I don't have that fire up inside of me to get you all the way together.
This is the Rumor Report.
One thing that I'm not is a liar. First of all, my memory is too bad to be a liar. And second of all, there's just too many witnesses and people know what happened. People know the truth.
On The Breakfast Club.
I'll give it to you.
All right, we talking about the one that got away, and this time we're talking about Safari Samuels. He denies that Nicki Minaj was the one that got away, but I kind of think she was. There's some audio about this.
So is there one woman that you would agree that got away? Damn! I wouldn't say one that got away, but sometimes when I look back at my life and certain situations, and now that I see the amount of things that I've been through just when it comes to breaking up, you look back and say, damn, maybe we could have got through that. Care to name? I'll give a hint. We were together for a very long time. How long? You count. 10?
All right, Safari was with Nicki Minaj for about 10 years, and then he went on to marry Erica Mena. That lasted just 2 years, and they had 2 kids. So now there's rumors about him and Amara La Negra circulating. So I don't know. What you think? You think he regrets that?
I think
Claudia,
he does.
As a woman, Claudia, how do you feel if you in a relationship with somebody and they saying that their ex is the one that got away? How did that make you feel? Just asking.
I'd probably want to put hands on him.
I tell Safari, nah, that ain't it, bro. That ain't what you need to be saying right now, especially if you're in a whole other situation.
But this could have been before that, because I think they just announced the Amara La Negra situation. But I would also say that, remember, they've been together.
That wasn't a new audio?
I'm not sure when that interview came out, but remember, he was with Nicki when they were damn near teens, growing up rapping with each other. They were young, so I think they started out more as relationship. I think they were more friends at first,
You know what I hate about the whole one that got away conversation? A lot of times, a simple conversation would help that, but one of the people is not really being, not doing it,
Correct.
Fearful of saying it. I've had a couple times where the friends would tell me, such and such really loved you. I'm like, but he never told me. So listen, y'all, with all the stuff that's going on in the world, don't waste time. If there's someone that you feel like got away or you really love, let them know.
Spin the block.
Spin the block.
No. That's only for the single people. Like if you in a relationship, you better not spin that damn block.
Nobody's
and you better not be publicly saying that person is the one who got away. If you're in a relationship.
Yeah, we talk to the single people.
Yeah,
that's right.
This isn't for you too.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, moving on. Diddy and Jermaine Dupri's versus battle has not been confirmed, but people think it's going to happen. Y'all here for this?
Yes,
I think it's going to happen. I think there was rumors that Diddy released a date by accident, but I think it's going to happen.
I think
it has to.
Who do you think would win that?
It just depends, man. We've been having this conversation for months. I think that they should just keep it to R&B and remixes.
They can't.
That's my personal opinion.
They can't.
And if the rumors are true that they're doing it at Madison Square Garden, I think that's also an unfair advantage for Diddy. I don't think they should do it in Atlanta either. I think they should pick a neutral location.
I think Madison Square Garden is good, but the thing with...
Of course you do, because you're from New York. You want Diddy to have home field advantage.
No, not only that, but remember, Jermaine Dupri has a lot of his artists living. So when they do this, you're going to have a lot of Ushers alive to perform, Mariah's alive to perform, with Diddy... Biggie's not here. Craig Mack's not here. I don't think he messes with Mace. So a lot of his artists is going to be a lot more difficult to pull off that show. Not to say that he can't, but it's going to be a little more difficult. Yeah,
I'd like to see them keep it to R&B and remixes. And by the way, I don't know who wins. You can't. That's like one of those ones that's a toss up.
I think that's
say R&B and remixes.
Equally yoked verses right there, like big time.
I do too. Unless you factor in hip hop.
People
you factor in hip hop, it goes to Diddy a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, people are ready for this. We have some tweets. RockLove21 says, we got to get our outfits ready for the living room. And Sully Buck says, that's super light for Puff. And then Big Mop
not
6.
light.
No, it's not light.
Big Mop 6 says, Jermaine Dupri sweeping him 7-0.
It could be possible. Listen, it could be possible too. And I'm gonna tell you something. Even with the hip hop conversation, that could be generational as well, right? Because we're not gonna sit here and act like Jermaine Dupri ain't attached to some some hip hop, some legendary hip hop records.
Young Bloods, Bow Wow, Franchise Boys, Bone Crusher.
I think people forget.
Ellie.
I think they sleep on Jermaine a little bit when it comes to hip hop.
They definitely sleep on Jermaine. But
I don't know why.
I just don't know what you do when they do that performance and JD brings Usher on that stage. And JD brings Mariah Carey on that stage. Those are tough acts to follow.
But you acting like, and I know we like to say Diddy don't have people that's not here, but that's not true. Mary J. Blige is here.
That's Mary.
Jodeci is here because Diddy got a long bag. Diddy can go in his Uptown Records bag too. Faith is here.
So you know what this
112
is?
112 is here.
This is really
Total is here.
This could really be a Usher and Mary J. Blige battle, which would be amazing.
Here.
But a lot of Diddy's people aren't doing well. He's gonna have to bring out holograms.
You know what, Claudia?
What?
That's just.
It's very
not
real.
Nice to say.
He needs. Some of them need holograms.
All right, what else we got?
Am I lying?
Yeah, because you got to think. G Dep is locked up. Black Rob's not here. A lot of Diddy's artists.
There is a
out of all the people I just named, you keep naming people that's not here. There's a lot of people that's still here too, though.
It's an unusual number of people that are not doing well. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
But you also don't know their relationships, though.
Are we all scared of Diddy right now?
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm saying you don't know the relationship between the artists. Like, Mace and Diddy don't see eye to eye. So would Mace get out there? And Mace is, had a lot of Diddy's hits too.
You need Mace there.
See what I'm saying?
Do you need Mace? I don't know if you need him.
I think he was. You don't think he was a big part?
He was such part of Bad Boy. You would need him there,
man.
I just think when you're going against Jermaine Dupri, it's going to be more R&B driven. I just think you need more of your R&B artists. Like I said, the Totals, the 112s, the Faith, the Mary J. Bliges,
Escapes,
the Jodeci's. Like, that's what you need. To me, that's what you need more of. But what do I know?
Nothing.
All right, moving on. LSU apologizes for Flage's Johnson's controversial reference in her new song. She's that basketball player that's really doing her thing and a rapper. Mm-hmm. She deleted her latest rap video. She covered Lotto's Put It on the Floor. She received backlash and criticism for a lyric referencing 9/11. All right.
So she said in the 9/11 talking about the car, the Porsche. In the 9/11 blowing smoke, talking about blowing weed. And then she made the reference to the towers.
It's just a slick line.
It's a slick line.
I mean, the towers were smoking.
And she said R.I.P. in the ad lib. If you listen,
right.
I just thought it was a slick line.
But that's the conversation we had before. You know, that's back in the day. People would look at those and be like, "Oh, that was a dope line." But like when we played Biggie, they take that line out now.
Yeah, but they didn't bleep that until after 9/11. Because if I'm correct, that first reference Biggie made, "Blow up like the World Trade," that was when
the first bombing happened.
The first bombing of the World Trade Center.
Correct.
Right? Was that Timothy McVeigh? Or
no, that was Oklahoma.
That was Oklahoma. Okay, who was the first?
I don't know if we got the name on that one.
I was in high school at that time.
Yeah.
Or elementary school. I was young.
Damn, you can't. This culture is making it where you can't really say anything anymore.
We grew up in the 1900s. We'll never understand.
The 1900s was a wild time.
Yes, it
Archie
was.
Bunker, you would say the N-word on TV and no one even flinched.
Yes, it was.
But you can't say that because people were mad when Drake said something about Megan Thee Stallion. It was like it went too far. But now you're saying Frangé didn't still go too far. I don't think that any of it's too far. This is rap. It's lyrics. They play with the lines. It's kind of dope to, when people play with the lines. I don't think anybody should take it personal. It's rap.
Everybody wants to be a victim and be offended.
Jadakiss, Jay-Z, Fabulous, and all those lyricists that you guys love could never be able to do that because they always played that line.
You a whole snitch.
What?
You are just a snitch.
You dropping
You
names?
ain't had to name none of them people just now. You just making these little youngsters go dig up their catalogs
Right.
for no damn reason.
All right,
you are a whole rat.
So what? Oh, man, damn. Well, we do that now, yeah. So also, yesterday when I was watching the game, somebody sent me something. Somebody was watching Wheel of Fortune, and this lady was raising money, a white woman was raising money for any charity that she want, and this is the charity she picked.
I hope you win a lot of money tonight. You'll be winning it for.
I am winning it for the Mental Wealth Alliance, trying to look at mental health as mental wealth. It's part of the Giving Back Fund, and I learned about this from Charlamagne the God. He was on my podcast and told me about this organization that he is part of, and they provide state-of-the-art mental health services to underserved Black communities all over the United States.
All right. Well, hope you all win a lot of dough here tonight.
Thank you.
Wow.
Let me tell you how much I hate DJ.
Shout out to Ronnie. Ronnie sent me that.
No. Let me tell you how much I hate you.
So
you
mainstream
just
now.
you just said that was some white woman on Wheel of Fortune. That was Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, and that was Mayim Bialik. You know who Mayim Bialik is? That's Blossom. Okay, that's Amy Farrah Fowler from The Big Bang Theory. All right. Salute to Mayim. How dare you just say that's just some random white woman on Wheel of Fortune? Okay?
I don't know who she is.
I didn't recognize.
Jesus.
I don't know who she is.
Jesus Christ. Y'all don't know Blossom?
I know Blossom. I didn't know. How you say her name again?
You don't know Amy Farrah Fowler from The Big Bang Theory?
No.
Mayim Bialik?
That's you, Blossom, Judy Bloom. That's your inner childhood.
What's up with y'all?
What's up
man?
with you?
Charlamagne.
Anyway, you know what? You're like a little inner white girl. You know who you are?
He's a teenage white girl.
Yes, he is.
Anyway, salute to Mayim for she won $62,000 for my nonprofit.
She did.
For my nonprofit organization, the Mental Wealth Alliance, in conjunction with the Giving Back Fund, and just thank her I want to thank her for recognizing the work we are doing at the Mental Wealth Alliance. And every year we do our Mental Wealth Expo here in New York City. We're doing it again this year in October when we bring together all the therapists and psychiatrists and spiritual leaders, anyone who can help you on your healing journey. Last year, our keynote speakers were Sarah Jakes Roberts and Torrey Roberts. We had Nadra Tawwab Glover, Debbie Brown, Dr. Rita Walker, Resma Minicum has been there, and maybe this year we get Mayim. We get Mayim Bialik to pull up.
All right.
Why not?
Well,
Why not?
That is your rumor report. You got any Sally Myris for Charlamagne? Anything like that? No.
Who is Sally Myris?
Oh, Miley Cyrus. See, I don't know none of them.
Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I love when people get white people names wrong because they always get our names wrong. So I do it on purpose. Like I'll be like Elton John is in the Beatles, Sting is in the Beatles. I do that on purpose.
Oh my goodness.
I like that.
All
you
right.
know what I mean?
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. People's Choice Mix is next.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
With audio titles on business, career advice, fitness, and more, Audible keeps you inspired. Whatever you're looking for, check out all the audiobooks, podcasts, and originals you could ever want, all in one place. Sign up for 30 days free at audible.com/Breakfast Club.
We got some special guests joining us this morning.
Yes, indeed.
We got the brother Monsoon.
What's going on, King?
And we have the brother Jay Jordan. Welcome, brother.
Neither one of them missing no push-ups.
No.
You ain't missing none either now.
You doing all right? I'm doing all right.
Now, what's going on, brothers? How's everything?
Everything is good, man. Just navigating. Especially in this society. I pretty much just came here to let my brother do most of the talking. We've been family. Carmen. This is Carmen's husband. So we met.
Carmen Perez.
Carmen Perez. And we met through that. But he's just an amazing individual. He's formerly incarcerated, and the work he does now, for formerly incarcerated people, is just phenomenal. He started with this organization called Time Done, and we did a concert, which the late great Nipsey was there, and me and Nipsey built for like 2 hours there. He had me interviewing Nipsey. It was one of the final days that the year, probably 6 months before he passed away, and from there he started this safety organization. What is it called again? Alliance for Safety and Justice organization, which is focused on getting people who have records expunged. After you've done your time and you've been in society and showed that you're a productive member, there's so much collateral damage that comes with being a felon or a formerly incarcerated individual. And, he's been doing that work. He's actually got some of these laws passed in California right now. So we're working to try to align with other individuals who have platforms, who've been formerly incarcerated, like myself and himself, and just other people in general who have platforms and understand how, people who have records can be, productive members of society and continue to help us move this mission forward.
I'm glad you're here because I actually have a question about expungement. So I know in certain towns you had a certain, I think the date was May 1st or June 1st. You have a certain amount of time where you can go to the courthouse, fill out the paperwork, and they can expunge some of the stuff that was on your record. But my question has always been, when you do get something expunged, is it really off your record? I'm gonna tell you why.
We just had to say.
I had a case when I was 19 or 20 in Virginia, 20 years ago. When I went to get my license for my handgun in Jersey, I'm licensed in 38 states, but they just allowed it to have it. It popped up. Yeah. And I was like, it's supposed to be expunged. Yeah. But obviously it wasn't. So I'm like, is this really just some BS where it's not really expunged? I still was able to get it, but it made me jump through a couple of hoops that I shouldn't have had to jump through because they told me it was quote unquote expunged.
Yeah, all right. So there's
and it wasn't a violent crime or nothing like that, but still.
Yeah, so there's like some level setting I want to do, right? So most people in America don't know the information I'm going to give you. So what is a criminal record? A criminal record is a line of data. It's a history of someone breaking the law and exists in 4 different forms. The first form is what the police have in their car. It's the law enforcement telecommunication system. So when you get, I got pulled over coming here, right? When they see your license plate and they run it, they pull up everything about you, and that never goes away. So the cops can see everything you've done. You got in trouble with the law.
Even
everything.
If it was expunged.
They can see it all, right? Telecommunication system. Every state has one. The second one is the courthouse. This is the one that's crazy. This is data that the courthouses, and you can buy it. Anyone can go and buy the data. So your data is for sale right now, and it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. The background check companies, multi-billion-dollar industry. After 9/11 in 2003, they started the Background Check Association of America, and they exploded. So much so, because we lived in a fear-based society after 9/11, everyone started to do background checks. 9 out of 10 employers do background checks. 4 out of 5 landlords do background checks. So everyone is buying your data. Right now, you can go to the county courts in San Joaquin County in Stockton, California, and pull my record up. It's for sale. That's the second place. The third place is the state. Every state has either a Department of Justice or a state police. That is just a record of information. So if you get your record expunged, it goes DJ Envy, gun charge, and then expungement. So you can see everything. And then the FBI has a database, which is what they run when you try to get a gun. So these criminal records live in these 4 databases. Expungement is a process where it's supposed to shield. A lot of states don't have an expungement statute where people can just get rid of your record. It doesn't exist, right? For several reasons. One mainly being that the court systems don't have the technology to do it. So when we started in California 5 years ago, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can never get my record away? I'm always going to live with this record? The answer was yes. So it took us 5 years. Everyone told us we couldn't do it. I don't know. I walked around with a penal code like 7,000 pages, writing the law, trying to figure it out, built a team around this, and it took us 5 years to pass this. We had to learn the data systems in California. We had to work with the Department of Justice. We had to work with courthouses. All the attorneys who've been working on this for years told us we couldn't do it. Everyone told me I was crazy, right? I got a record. I got a record. And people were like, Jay, this cannot be done. I said, you crazy. So we passed 3 sets of laws and one budget, and now everybody in California has access to expungement except for sex offenders. It took us 5 years to do that. It took us a sold-out concert at the Greek. We had to bring 500 families up to the State House. We had to do that over and over and over. The reason being is this, that in America, there are 80 million people with a record. 80 million, that's more than the population of Canada, right? And 9 out of 10 of those folks already served our time. They're like us. We're mothers, fathers. We ain't committed no crimes. We're not criminals. We just broke the law a while ago. My crime was...
We was young and didn't know no better.
Exactly. I was 18, fresh out of high school, right? The problem with having a record in America is you face what is called collateral consequences. No one really knows what this stuff is. Collateral consequences are legal restrictions that kick in after you serve your time. These are 40,000 of these things. Half of them are employment related and lock people out of entire industries, healthcare, insurance, government, education. You can't work in if you have a felony. So you're locked out of society and you can't rent anywhere. You literally can't rent in places in Midtown or Uptown because they run background checks. So folks are forced to move to the Bronx, right? Or move to Newark, right? They're all living together, and the impacts of not being able to make the money you need to make not being able to make the money because you can't get the job, it impacts your lifelong earning. It brings down your health outcomes. It is bad for a lot of families, right? And it causes what is called post-conviction poverty all around the country. So when you see people around here walking down the streets, homeless, addicted, and they're like, and we're all like, what happened? At some moment in time, they broke the law and they couldn't get back on their feet, right? And so what we're saying is there is a way out of that. We call it sunset laws. It takes a long time to do, but we're doing it. And folks like my son, folks like you, folks like, with platforms that can help us raise awareness about this is the only way we'll get past it.
So how does it work? Yeah, how does that work? What's the solution?
I mean, so it is literally passing state laws. Like we have to go state by state and dissect these laws. Again, like, listen, I got a record 20 years ago. My wife never did nothing. We can never adopt kids. We're getting up there in age. We can never adopt kids.
In some states, if it was a felon, she can't even have a gun in the house.
100%.
She can't have a gun with a felon in the house, which
100%.
is wild.
100%. So how am I supposed to protect myself or my family, right? And I am not the exception. I'm the rule. And when I tried to go change this, everybody told me no. Everybody was like, it is impossible. But the only way was, like, we literally had to bring. It took us, like I say, 5 years, but we had to bring sheriffs, DAs, judges, police, and tell them what was going on. They didn't even know. The courts didn't even know. And the problem with all of this is 98% of convictions come with a plea bargain. You took a deal.
Of course.
I took a deal. You took a deal, right? We took deals. Nowhere on our deal told us that we're going to be facing 40,000 legal restrictions. Nowhere on the deal they told you, DJ Envy, oh, you have problems owning the gun. They didn't tell you that. They don't tell you that.
So this is actual tangible things you can touch when you say 40,000 restrictions. Because in my mind, I'm just like, yeah, of course, we can't get apartments, we can't get guns, but these are actual
laws. These are actual laws. These are listed laws. You can go to the National Inventory of Collateral Consequences Resource Centers.
You can't be
a dog walker. It's the National Inventory of Collateral Consequences. Go to the website, National Inventory of Collateral Consequences, and you can look all these laws up. It is written laws like Penal Code Section 235. You can't be a dog walker. Penal Code, 40,000 of these things, right? And people are walking around and don't even know.
What's the cost of doing it, ballpark? Because somebody out there might be like, shoot, if the cost is that much, F it, I'm just going to stay with this because I ain't got enough money to pay for attorneys and filing and how long is it going to take?
It depends on different states, right?
So ballpark.
In California, it's about $100, $200. But
I thought you were going to say 100,000. I'm like,
no.
Keep that. I'm going to keep that.
$100 to $200. But in California, we made it free. We made it free,
so you don't need an attorney. You don't need an attorney. You can go down there and do it and fill it.
You got to do nothing. Like if you file pro per, like I did, like you go in there and say I want to represent myself, right? That right there, I paid $110, and that's all I have to pay, right? I mean, you got to get the copies and all that stuff and serve the DA and serve the court, but again, it's different in every single state, which is the problem, right? It's like if you got cases in multiple states, you're like, what do I do? So what we're doing is building a repository saying this is what expungement should look like. This is what expungement is, and this is what expungement should look like, and this is how you navigate. There's nothing out there like this.
Well, how can people follow if they want to follow
consequences? Wow.
Listen, follow me, IG, Twitter, at Mr. J Jordan, spelled all the way out. That's where a lot of the content happens. That's where you get plugged in. At Time Done. You know what I mean? Those two, you can follow us, man. You go to timedone.org. But again, like, I am here. If you have a record, if you've ever been arrested or incarcerated. So again, like people think that having a record is only you went to prison or jail. No, if you've ever been arrested or incarcerated, there is a community for you. Where the community for you that is ensuring that you are economically stable. We will train you, we'll teach you how to advocate, and we are going to pass these laws in every single state. That's what it is.
And we need as many influencers and voices and people who have platforms to speak up against it. You know, it's a lot of people that have been formerly incarcerated within this industry, in so many different industries, and they face these same collateral damages.
Absolutely.
So I'm asking that we connect and we utilize our platforms and try to help this, you know, this whole narrative and this whole movement move forward.
All right, well, shout out to Maya Son and Jay Jordan for joining us. And thank you, Claudia Jordan, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me back. I had a good time.
Yep, and we'll see you tomorrow. What you doing today?
I need to get this ponytail fixed because I had a night.
You had a night.
I had a night.
Rest, Claudia.
Rest,
don't
get
go
some
out.
rest.
No hookah spots. Don't let nobody gas you up to go to the club. You know Thursday night is the weekend in New York City. Go get some rest.
I'm a rest.
Right.
But I get bitter stories when I don't.
And what happened with your boo? You know you got a boo out here. Did you hook up with him yet?
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Lord.
Damn it, man. All right, Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
Sounds like that ponytail not the only thing needs to be replaced, huh, Claudia?
Yeah, exactly.
The positive note is simply this. You know, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, man. So I just want to tell everybody out there, really a reminder, mental health is not a destination, but a process. It's about how you drive, not where you're going.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?